going on, catchers? Listen, happy Monday. Okay, I know you can't believe um, that I'm here on a Monday night. It's been hard tracking me down with me caregiving and working. My 9 to 5. It's has been last week was kind of hard to get me, but I wanted to talk about the Carlos King and DeVon Franklin interview. Listen, I say this every time. Carlos King, your style of interviewing is amazing. It is. I love it. You never have cards. You let your natural, authentic style, just as you would say, you're figuring out people's energy. Of course, you can tell he does his research, okay? Um, but what I've been noticing lately, people that I'm not so sure of, I don't really take a big interest in. Um, Granted, I love Devon Franklin when he does sermons and his movie choices. Um, can I be honest? I'm very honest. When the split happened between him and Megan Good, how it looked optically, I can't lie. Maybe I'm a girl's girl, it looked awful. And I am a lover of the holidays. And I just thought it was rather strange that you chose the holidays to break up with this woman. And optically, it looked like she poured into him, you know, dealing with scrutiny because she was a pastor's wife at the time. And, people attacked her for the way she dressed and she was too provocative or she's too revealing. And I always felt sorry for her because, I'm a Megan Good fan. I've loved her since she was a young actress and followed her career, and I wanted them to just, because they seemed like a really great couple. And then when he did the one tier Instagram post, that threw me. I said, okay, that's it. You know, like I can't. I was like, wait a minute, you break up with her, but then it's like, come on. But we don't really know what really happened. So that was just my take on it. I don't encourage people to be judgmental or, to judge a book by its cover. But at the time, I'm like, I'm on Megan's side. You look, but anyway, because another thing, it just appeared that Megan really, really, oh God, was dedicated to me. I don't know. That's just, I go on and on about that, analyzing what happened, what may have happened. I'm usually not invested in other people's relationships, but I will say that they, even me being older, I'll be 51 in December, God willing, but even still, you look to a couple and you're like, okay, you know what? I want these people to win. You want it to work. It's like, I don't know. But anyways, Megan is happy now, okay? And he's happy. So they're both married in two different relationships. So God bless them. But the point that I was trying to make, Carlos King, you have a way of me changing my perspective on a person or my judgment of a person or because I talk about this. I talk about We should not judge, but see, sometimes I'm guilty of it. And I really, truly ended up liking DeVon Franklin all over again. Like he doesn't need me to seal the deal, okay? Who am I? But I took away some nuggets, and I'm low key kind of emotional about it because he reminded me no matter what age you are, no matter what is going on, if your dream hasn't happened yet, don't stop. Don't stop believing. And if it was a dream from God, I had to write this down. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Where did I put it? Because um oh yes, here it is. The dream that God gave you will make you excited. And if this is what DeVon Franklin says, he says, if you are still excited and still in the process of your hopes and dreams of what you want in life, whether it's a business or whatever it may be, if you still have excitement inside of you, that is God. God endorsed that dream. If it made you so stressed out and you got to force yourself to get into this, it's not for you. And I you know I need I needed to hear this because I'm going with that same battle internally right now with things that I know that God has given to me, and I need to get out of my way. Okay. But Carlos King, your brilliance in interviewing style and bringing that person to reveal their true selves, and in the process of helping others, he talked about um, uh, service. Your oh my God, I wrote it down. I'm sorry. I want to get it exactly what you know how you. Oh my gosh. Oh wait a minute. I wrote it down. It's um your commitment to service. Yes, yes. He says he's always been into service. You know, um, and you can tell the way he talks, the way he reaches people, that he is of the community, that he wants people to be well and to do well. Um, and he's, anyways, let me just start from the beginning of my notes, okay? I also support him on his new project called Ruth and Boaz. And of course, the book of Ruth. That is one of my favorite books. You guys, my day ones, you know that I've been doing Bible reading, and I'm in the last 3 chapters of Genesis. The next chapter is Exodus. I always do that. Um, and so my goal is to read the Bible in its entirety. And whether you come along with me on a journey or not, I'm still doing it on a video. And but I cannot wait to get to record Ruth. I cannot wait. Um, so this is what he says. DeVon says, the dream was never meant to depress you. Your dream is never meant to depress you. The dream that God gave you should make you excited. Enjoy the process. And I am enjoying the process of the desires of my heart. I am. Um, there's peace and joy. Peace and joy should be in the process. That's what I love when he said that. Work on producing your own joy. Mm-mm-mm. Also, Felicia Rashad plays Naomi. So if you know the Book of Ruth in the Bible, you know that um, Ruth is in her servitude, servicing and helping Naomi. Um, and it's just a beautiful story. Felicia Rashad plays Naomi. And her acts of service, that's what I was looking for. The word acts of service. Listen, I'm going through menopause, y'all. So I always have a mental block. So you have to excuse me. That's why I have notes because but Carlos, I mean, the questions that he asked, um, DeVon, he asked him, have you ever been, um, did anyone ever ask you to do something that wasn't a part of you? Because he's a Christian, he is a pastor. Did they try to encourage him to do sinful things? Because the industry is crazy. We've been seeing it lately, and certain people that are arrested for what they've done in the industry or to people. It's just crazy. Oh, but anyway, so Tyler and DeVon Franklin has come up with this Ruth and Boaz. Um, they've teamed up to do productions together. Okay. Um, in this, now their take on this is present day Ruth. Ruth is from the foster system. Okay, in the movie. And then she works in Boaz's vineyard. Okay, this is the background of this movie. Check it out on Netflix, you guys. Ruth and Boaz both wasn't looking for love. Okay. Um, Ruth was faithful at the task of helping Naomi to be of service. So in the end, her reward, okay, was love. And that's where Boaz comes in. Um, this is what DeVon Franklin said because he's has a new wife named Maria, beautiful lady, and he was in the process of healing from his divorce from Megan Good. Wasn't looking for anyone. He was just looking to heal and to and the take into accountability of what his part was and just really getting himself together. But then this is what he says: when you are looking for something, you enhance the absence of it. Come on, DeVon. I'm going to say that one more again. He says, when you're looking for something, you enhance the absence of it. DeVon Franklin said this. God also brought, and if you remember the book of Ruth, God brought Ruth to Naomi. Um, I love that story. It's a story of friendship, love. It's just a beautiful story. Don't stop living your life, DeVon said. Be committed to service. Be committed to service. Now, I know that you guys have heard me talk about this. I have always, acts of service has always been a part of me. Um, I have taken a break and concentrated on me because what I have learned, and this may happen to you, don't feel bad of taking a break. Because sometimes your acts of service could be a smile, it could be helping an unhoused person on your day to day. You see someone that is hungry and you feed them. I will never stop doing that. But what I mean is, I noticed that I was letting myself fall at the wayside my whole entire life. And I don't regret having a servitude heart. But when you have not created a life for yourself and you're still stuck in that same valley, but you see others surpass you, I would say get your affairs in order, get your family in order, get your ducks in alignment, get everything's in your ducks in a row, as they say it. Take care of your household first. Because I notice I always put people before me. And I can't wait to get back into the acts of service once I have gotten me together, myself together internally too. Ooh, I'm a mess. And he's healing me. I've seen a great difference now. I'm not going to say that I'm still stuck at that same place. Maybe financially and my address, right? But I'm happy to have one. Okay. But you aspire for something better for you and your family. But I love what he's doing now. I'm enjoying the process of him getting me ready for next. And that is renewing my mind. My latest prayer daily is, Lord, take everything out of me that breaks your heart. And I mean that. Oh my God, I was just in the store parking lot tonight. I sat in the car and I said, Lord, please, whatever I'm doing that breaks your heart. And then after I said that, I said, wait a minute. I remember this and I remember that. And I'm not beating myself up, but it's a part of my repentance journey. And I said, when I did that, or when I spoke of loneliness, how could I? You didn't save me from those accidents or from death or from those people for me to be reckless in the name of loneliness. Baby, I got in that car. I put my head down near my steering wheel and I said, Lord, please forgive me. Sometimes you got to have those moments and say, oh God, heal me, get me right. And getting on my knees, get on your knees sometimes and pray to God and say, Lord, I'm sorry. Change me. Anyways, I'm sorry, I got off track. See y'all. That's why I love Carlos King, because his interviews, it seems like his spirit, um, Christ is aligned with Carlos in these interviews lately. Seems like all the time though. He sneaks God up in there. I feel it. Congratulations, Carlos. Then DeVon says, it happened and it hurts. Talking about whatever crisis in your life or anything that you may have done, relationship, job, whatever it is, it happened and it hurt. Lord, that's a whole nother book for me. And this is what he said also, create in me a clean heart. A clean heart. He says a part of healing is introspection. Ooh, DeVon had some good nuggets. God truly create a clean heart. I want to be better. And that's what you should say in your daily walk. Lord, I want to be better. I want to be better. Requires effort. It does. Oh, this is what he said. This is another quote from DeVon Franklin. He said, um, we like to take selfies, but we don't like to take a real picture of the real us. Okay? That is so true. Identify what went wrong. What could I have done better? Accountability, y'all. We got to be accountable and learn from our mistakes. Renew a right spirit within us. Glory be to God. Listen, I needed that interview. And I'm so glad that I got to see DeVon Franklin and listen to him again. Whew. You guys, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for praying for me. Click that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. I love you guys. Go check out that Carlos King interview with DeVon Franklin. Love you. Mhm.